Okay, Steve Jankowski back for some more Twitter training, and we'll call this Twitter Training 103. And if you're like most people, since these videos are fairly short, you've probably sat down and watched them all one after another, and that's fine, because by watching all of them, you'll get a good global picture of what this is all about, what Twitter's all about. As far as tools for Twitter, there is one tool that I highly recommend. It's a totally free tool. It's an Adobe platform, and it's called a TweetDeck. And you can find it at www.tweetdeck.com. It's a free download, and basically what it is it's a browser for Twitter and Twitter alone. And you can basically create different columns, and you can track all of the conversations. You can track the public stream. You can track your private messages, also called DMs. You can track the responses. You can do searches for certain keywords. It's really a pretty incredible tool, and most serious Twitter users really use that. Occasionally, it'll crash, it won't work, and you'll need to shut it down and start it up again. I've had frustrating times dealing with my TweetDeck. But when I'm really engaging with people on Twitter, I really like to use a TweetDeck. When you get to the point where you have thousands of followers, it's almost impossible to keep track of conversations in the public stream. So you want to be able to take little conversations and block them off, or at least be able to follow the responses to your conversations. Now, another thing I want to talk about is all the Twitter tools that are out there. There are so many people trying to make money off of Twitter tools. If you're on Twitter at all, you're going to see ads about getting 16,000 followers in 30 days or in 90 days. And as I said previously, most of the people selling those tools don't have that many followers. And if you spend any time on Twitter and you start to look at who's following people that have a lot of followers, you'll very quickly realize who's using Twitter tools like that. These are tools that go out and follow people indiscriminately. And when you look in somebody's follower list and you see tons of businesses, porn sites, people that really aren't a target for any type of online marketing, you know they're using one of those Twitter tools. And Twitter is about engaging with people. It's about being social. It's a social medium. And if you're on Twitter and you're an online marketer, you also want to be able to market. And so you really don't need a ton of people following you that are absolutely no chance going to buy from you or sign up with your program or your MLM or buy your affiliate product. Let me kill that BlackBerry. But one of the tools that I really do like is the Hummingbird. Now, I have right over here another tool called Tweet Later. Those are both tools. Tweet Later has a free component, but to really get a good advantage of Tweet Later, you want to buy the paid version. And Hummingbird is also a paid tool. Hummingbird is a one-time purchase. Tweet Later is an ongoing cost. And I like both of them. I like Hummingbird. If you get into Hummingbird and you want to market it to other people, there is an affiliate program, and there's really not with Tweet Later. If there is one, it's not as good as the one with Hummingbird. But these tools allow you to do things like follow all people that follow you. You can do searches for keywords. You can automatically unfollow people that unfollow you. You can block out VIPs. These are people, if you go to follow Oprah, she's probably not likely to follow you back. She probably really doesn't care what you have to say. But you might want to still listen to her tweets. And there are other stars out there. I've seen Steven Seagal and, of course, Ashton Kutcher, and MC Hammer's really big on Twitter. Lance Armstrong is really big on Twitter. Most stars are getting on Twitter now. And if you want to follow them, if that's your thing, then you want to classify them as a VIP if you use any of these tools so that you don't lose them by the tool unfollowing them. And you can set up multiple accounts. And some people have multiple accounts on Twitter. They might have a public account where they do most of their marketing, and then they might have another account where they actually do more personal engaging, and that might have a lot fewer followers. Now, well, here's a couple more tools. If you go to twitpic.com, that's a real easy place to upload photos. And you can basically take a photo, upload it from your computer, and type in your 140 character tweet and hit send, and it'll go right out onto Twitter. There's another product called Twuffer that I've used and I like, and that's a tool that allows you to schedule tweets ahead of time. So if you are marketing a product, and remember, you got to have a fair amount of followers before you start marketing a product. But when you get to that point, you can schedule tweets to go out. And you can, of course, do that in Tweet Later. When it comes to marketing on Twitter, it's really, really important, just like in any other type of online marketing, to do a lot of testing. Okay? When you send a tweet out with a business, if you're tweeting out a landing page or if you're tweeting out a link to your blog, you want to test and see what converts better, what gets the most hits, and what gets the most clicks. And there's an exceptional tool to do that called bit.ly, and it's just http://bit.ly. And what you can do there is you can put in the URL of what you're wanting to tweet out onto Twitter, and then you can put in your 140 character, and it includes the URL in that 140 characters. But what it'll do is it'll shorten your URL. You'll hit send, the tweet will go out, and then it'll track how many hits. And it's really a lot of fun. I've sent links out on bit.ly and had over 100 hits on it within the first 3 minutes. And that is an incredibly, incredibly powerful tool. If you've ever done any pay-per-click marketing, you know what I'm talking about. 100 page views in just a couple of minutes for free is a pretty cool deal. So that's what makes Twitter such a powerful marketing platform. Now, keep in mind, I didn't start using these tools and marketing on Twitter until I had over 8,000 followers. I was really very, very careful about doing any marketing until I had a lot of followers. And the reason is I didn't want to alienate my followers and have them think that I'm only